Hey everyone, and welcome to the MTG Painful Truths podcast, episode number 76. I'm your host, and also Cole Kirkman, my other host, is with me. How you
Yep.
doing, Cole?
I mean, good, living La Vida Loca, all that.
Yep. So once again, just want to point out we're on video, so if you're watching us on YouTube, you know this. If you're listening to us through the podcast application on your phone or whatever, if you want to see our beautiful faces, the link will be in the show notes, so you can check us out. The link will just be to the YouTube page, which just has now 3 episodes, but you can check us out there if you want to see us.
We're moving up in the world, and then we're gonna go on Spotify video at some point.
Yep, TikTok's next, and
Yeah.
so Cole, a few things to talk about. As you can see, based on the title of this episode, I was able to win the first RCQ.
Yeah, this is a brag about Brent episode.
I was like, Cole, we need to pump my tires a little bit more, so let's do it. But yeah, if you haven't seen, or you can also check out the show notes for the full tournament report, because I don't know, I like to do them and talk about why. But yeah, we want to talk about that and talk about the Worlds tournament and how Is It Lessons is now just kind of the best deck, seemingly.
Yeah, I mean, it's very good. I mean, you and I talked about it a little bit after, and also you've played it on Arena a little bit, and you just get to do silly, goofy things with it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think I've played a few games, and I know the one that we were on a call on together, I was playing against like some black-white deck. Every game they had turn 2 Rest in Peace. You know, a pretty good, kind of a good card in the deck. This is main deck, so he cast 4 Rest in Pieces over the first 3 turns of 3 games. It did not matter. Like, you could just dig so hard. You have Monument to Endurance.
Is it only really because it stops the Ancestral Recall part of that one card, but I guess it also just stops the damage from the red card, right?
It also stops the reducing from Grand.
Yeah, I guess, but
which is like not much.
You're on like 4 artist talents.
No. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true. That kind of doesn't even matter because you could win just with a bunch of Monument to Endurances or just the Prowess plan with just Storm Chaser's talent.
Yeah, which I mean, like just bouncing Storm Chaser's talent,
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, making otters, like it, you do silly, goofy things.
Yeah.
Who thought blue-red would stay being, the best color combination standard?
Yeah, and you're not even specific enough when you say that too, because there's like 3 different builds, which is really funny. But yeah, but I was very surprised because I always saw Lessons as like maybe this, just without thinking about it, I was like, oh, maybe just like the budgety kind of thing you could do, like you just get the comments and the comments and just play that. But then the team, I guess team TCG player, I don't know, it was a big team. They had they kind of went to the next level of just like the good rares from, which is like Artist Talent, which Cole, you know firsthand how cracked that card can be, and Monument to Endurance.
Love that card.
Yeah,
that card is uber sick.
Yeah. So that was kind of, to me, surprising, and I think their win rate specifically, the win rate was like in the mid to high 50s, but specifically their build was like in the mid 60s, which kind of made their not build like in the mid like 50 to 53 win rate, something like that. So they had the best build in this small sample size tournament.
Yeah,
and that was surprising to me. And Manfield, we saw him win, despite a little drama on the way, but he put that aside, he went 9-0 in the top 8, which is just insane. Did not drop a game.
Well, it's funny. I think I can't remember what specifically. It was like Hagen told me that he didn't win a single draft game
Oh, he went 06 in draft?
Yeah, but he won out.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, exactly. So I think, honestly, if there's anything, that just proves that, you know, you can, you could suck at draft and still win a whole fucking, event.
That's great. I didn't know that. That's insane. And yeah, there were just a lot of people that played the deck and were just winning with the deck. And yeah, it seemed really good. I was in the middle of the RCQ when kind of the data was out on Friday, but the RCQ was Saturday, and I wasn't following along that well because I wasn't. And someone said, but I knew the data. I was like, oh, a lot of is it lessons, but I didn't watch any games. And then as people are like, oh, you need Monument to Endurance and Artist Talent, I was like, oh shit, okay. So I got those cards before they doubled in price, kind of just right at the buzzer. So
Yeah.
saved a few buccarinos with that. Really glad I did that. And I just haven't put the deck together. I'm still waiting on a few parts, but anyway, that's my personal Magic collection talk, I guess. But I really want to play the deck, and going into Portland in January, that's on my list of like, it would be foolish for me to not consider that at all, or any of the other decks. My personal favorite right now is the deck I just played at the RCQ, but we'll see. It's kind of a goofy deck, but
we got to go over what you played.
Yeah,
I actually think the deck. I mean, I think if you told me you would have like won with Izzet Lessons, I would have been like, oh, that makes sense or whatever. But like the deck you actually played is really cool.
I think it's definitely cool. Definitely the coolest deck in the room. So I guess we could get into that.
So what'd you play?
So once again, real quick, the show notes will have the tournament report, and I'll kind of go over that. I'm using that as my own like cheat sheet to talk about it. So I played Bant Kona, so very similar to the Simic Kona build. That's just like the stock version of that, where it's like a bunch of 4-ofs, and the win. I guess to go over the win con, that's passing. It used to be passing with 4 dragons and counter spells and bounce spells, and that's usually pretty good. Now they have like a win condition, which I was playing the Watcher of the Wayside, I think that was the card. And you could play the crab also. That's the when enchantment enters target player mills too.
Eerie trigger.
Yeah. So I played Watch of the Wayside as a win con, which is not that important. But I played that, and it's kind of funny. I was talking to a friend of mine who, I will shame him. I was talking to John about this tournament.
Oh yeah,
and I was like, oh, I have Dimir Bounce for the most part ready. Like we have to make a few substitutions because they play like a bunch of Tiny Bones joins up, and this is prior to like. This is before we got the world's data of like what people were playing, so I'm kind of putting that together. And I mentioned prior to that, like, hey, this tournament, like this RCQ is this week or whatever, but I didn't like push him on that. I was just kind of like told him with the assumption that he was going to do it with me, and then on like Thursday, I have all the cards put together, and it's like, okay, so you need, if you have Tiny Bones joins up, bring it, and I also need like a card for me or whatever. He's like, oh, for what? I was like, oh, okay. Well, okay, so you're not gonna be ready. He just like mentally, and he had a good point. It was just like, he would have played a deck blind, and I kind of get that where I don't want to just like with 0 reps. I don't want to just play a deck, especially at RCQ.
Well, I mean, it kind of. So, my opinion about that is it like depends. Like, I think if you hand anybody Izzet Lessons and you give them the vaguest way to sideboard, because like honestly. If you're just like trust the monument plan every time with Izzet Lessons, I feel like you're gonna do way better than most of the time, because it's like you don't care about Grave Hate if you're on the monument side of it. It also draws cards when you discard cards. It ramps you. It does everything. But with like a deck like Kona or something, I feel like you have to, or even Dimir, like you have to tell them like, hey, this is what your game plan is, and this is what you're trying to do, and there's all these micro critical decisions,
right?
Whereas like I said, with like Izzet Lessons, it's like, hey, do things, Like,
right.
take these random game actions and you'll probably be okay.
Yeah, the problem. Well, yeah, that lessons. There's so many just triggers that hit the stack. Also, like when you are just discarding with your actual discard spells and stuff like that. There's a lot. The stack, your own stack, just builds up. So it's just kind of like you have to pay attention.
Yeah,
and the lines could be complicated too. If it's like, okay, I could pass a turn and maybe deal 6 damage through instant speed self discard or whatever. Like it could get kind of hairy.
yeah, but I mean, the fact that like, I also remembering like if your opponent duresses you, that if you have monuments, that triggers them.
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah,
That's a weird, like, that's, you're not thinking about it. Like, your opponent duresses you, and you're like, oh, well, damn, they took my 2 mana, look at the top 3, anticipate or whatever. And then you don't realize that your monument triggers, so you miss a trigger on that, blah, blah, whatever. But I think at the core of it, like, in this new standard format, you're just like, you have a red removal spell that hits hard. Because, obviously, if they don't have, like, Graveyard Hate or whatever. And then you have, like, just, your cards just draw so many cards.
Yeah. But yeah, that wasn't an option for me.
Well, yeah, I mean, like you said, before Worlds, like, I think before Worlds, no one was the only, excuse me. The only thing I actually saw about before Worlds with that is a lessons deck was like Saffron Hollow posted like a budget Magic video about it.
Yep.
And I thought to myself, I was like, oh, this looks cool. And then there was, like the Iroh Storm decks and stuff. And it was like that was where I think people were like, oh, that's what Lessons is.
Yeah.
Is like this kind of quirky storm, blah, 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 whatever.
Right.
And now it's like, oh, we could just package this itself. And it with Monument. I've always liked Monument. I'm so happy that Monument sees, play it now because I've always thought that card was kind of insane.
Yeah. And that art style is just, they just are so good together. They've kind of feed each other really, really well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm talking to John, and the other deck I probably could have had together was Allies, but and that was something I don't remember if I talked about last time. But I remember looking at previews with a different friend of mine, and just looking at all the cards. Like, these ally cards, there may be enough to build a deck, and so I built that on Arena and then in paper, but I kind of got to the point where I don't like the deck very much.
Well, to be fair, if you told me going into this new format, like the ally support's crazy. Like you have a billion rainbow lands in this format that are for creatures, including the one they got.
Right.
You have Cavern. There's an ally that draws cards. There's like the Aangs are all allies. One of them is a Coco. One of them is a Spell Queller.
Yep.
Like the fact that you were telling me that the deck is not that great is so surprising to me because it's like, I mean, it's kind of, maybe it's like Humans in that sense where it's like the format has enough answers that it doesn't matter. Like there are decks that just play a billion sweepers.
Yeah.
And also like, you're kind of like Humans. You're like locked into this. Like you can't be like, oh, I'm going to play like a random removal spell in Standard in my ally deck because you'll have Secluded Courtyard, Jasmine Tea Shop, and Cavern. And you're like, oh, well, these are all colorless in that regard.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe for that versus like, back in the Standard that you didn't play Bank Company Standard.
Right.
Like that deck was a creature deck that got to play a bunch of creatures, but it wasn't a tribal deck.
Right. Yeah. I just played the good Bant colored stuff.
Yeah. You got to play Reflector Mage, but you were also a Coco deck. You also got to play Dromoka's Command because your mana was good.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Right, yeah. And part of it was too, like, I played just specifically like five card allies versus Dimir Balance, which got me into Dimir Balance and off of allies, kind of, was when you just pick Boomerang Basic your kill spell, and it's just like, you just feel like you're never winning that game. They're just like, you can't go over that. You can't escape it. It's a nightmare scenario. So that was kind of just like, running into that kind of killed it for me. And then I felt like Dimir mid-range was kind of dicey with allies. It kind of go either way.
Just random tempo removal spell deck where it's like just eliminate your better ally. Like what's the white creature, the 2-drop?
For allies, the South Pole Void.
Yeah, they got the draws cards. Yeah, like if I just kill that every turn.
Yeah, you can't escape that.
You're drawing, one card a turn. That kind of defeat, like when you start eliminating engines and stuff.
Yeah, I think like what I would really like the deck to have is if Aang was 4 mana, the Coco Aang, because it costs 5, and that's a lot of mana. If he could always bring along a buddy, that would be really good at 4 mana. Or even just like an Elvish Visionary. I almost feel like just something that just replaces itself on the cheap by itself. With South Pole Voyagers online, you just keep doing stuff. Like you just keep drawing cards, getting life.
Yeah, the card's insane, but if you don't have that, and like that's kind of thing, I guess, with like humans back in the day too, like we're talking about, comparatively, like humans didn't want to play fair. It looks like it's a fair deck where you're like, yeah, looky, I'm gonna play this 1-mana 1/1 that grows when I play other dudes, but it's like you play this 1-mana 1/1 that grows, but then you also have Thalia's Lieutenant that makes it gives it 2 power.
Yeah.
On its own. And then you also have like Mantis Rider, which was a 3/3 with vigilance and haste and flying.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like your creatures look like shit.
Yeah.
But they're good.
And Kaisel Freebooter and Meddling Mage, it's like, all right,
yeah, exactly.
Take your best one, name the other one, and just like name your Fatal Push and the Lightning Bolt. It's like,
like you tapped
your
out.
Your is gone.
Yeah, you tapped out. I'm going to kite sail you. Also, the only card that Allies has that's really disruptive is Aang, right? The Spellcaller one.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's not even that disruptive. It doesn't stop it from happening. Like it buys a turn. Like it.
Yeah.
We compare that card to Spellcaller, like because it's a 3-drop 2/3 flyer that has flash. But in reality, like that card is technically worse because with Spellcaller you put it under it. Like you're like, all right, you have to get rid of this.
Yeah.
With Aang, it's like, all right, I'm going to do this thing. And you can still do it in the same turn.
Yeah,
like it's not like Interrupter. Like even Interrupter, where it's like you cannot do it this turn. Like I'm buying a turn. It's like, all right, my opponent is like Aang gets progressively worse the later the game goes on. Now, to be fair, Aang has a backside that's like insane.
Yeah,
if you get there, but like how often in this format? Like I mean, we're talking about is it lessons and stuff. Like look how much red removal that deck just randomly plays.
Oh yeah, that's also on. Another thing that kills it for me, it's like, this is a high interactive, like the best deck is very interactive and plays a lot of red removal spells and tons of ways to dig for it. So,
could you imagine if Brothers War was legal and Is It Lessons had, whatever his name was? The blue-red guy.
Oh.
The Pyromancer.
Oh, the Shiggles guy?
Yeah, because there's no Pyromancer legal in this format.
No. So there's not one.
It's funny to think like if they did have that in this format.
Oh god, yeah.
Like what a sideboard plan.
Oh gosh, yeah.
But we'll continue to your. Sorry to derail.
No.
It's just fun to talk about old modern.
But yeah, I thought that was kind of funny with John. He in fairness, he's like, I don't want to play a deck he hasn't got reps in. Totally get that. So anyway, regardless of all that, I knew I was gonna play Ban Kona. And to pull up the deck real quick, because it's kind of goofy, a little bit wild, kind of wild compared to just like a very clean blue-green version.
I was gonna say, what does white give you? It gives you the ship, right? That's the thing you're talking about.
Serene's kind of the big one. That's the ship. Just to go over the Oracle text, it's 1 white. Spacecraft enters. Grab a legendary creature card from your deck and put it in your hand. And that's kind of the most relevant text to it. So it's kind of more virtual copy. It's a tutor. It finds virtual copies of Kona, and alternatively, the other legendary creature that's really good in the deck is Prime Speaker Zagana. I don't know if I pronounce that right. It's the Zagana. It's 6 mana. Enters, draw. It gets +1 counters equal to the highest power creature you control. So with Kona, it enters with 4 counters as 5 power, and you draw that many cards. So that is kind of the real juice of the deck. Usually it's like Kona, Omniscience, and then Zagana, and you just draw.
But Zagana is Simic, right? She should be just Simic.
It's Simic, but that's not, that when you have Omniscience, it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like, is that also the Simic version play that? Like, is that a difference or they don't play that card?
No, so Simic it plays just the Moraine River region and Rolling Dragonstone. So that kind of that same draw loop where you just draw all the cards in your deck. You're gonna. It used to be you pass with a bunch of the counter magic, the dragon counter spell, counter unless you pay 4, and then bounce spells. Now it plays the actual the crap, so you can loop and kill on the same turn, and that's just when enchantment enters, player mills 2, so you just bounce your omnisciences and replay them, and just mill out your opponent. And the reason they play that now is because the living in deck, Sultai Reanimator, they have Cavern of Souls to protect their own combo, so counter magic isn't that good, or not always that good. And then against blue-white control, there was always the risk of Day of Judgment, and with the less so with blue-white control, but like they might have the counter spell, land, Misveil.
Oh, Misveil, whatever.
Valleys, whatever. Yeah, so that's a reasonable out that they could have, is that. So it's kind of just a actual kill card is kind of nice to have. But yeah, what is that? Also, Voice of Victory, very, very good card. A modern power level card.
Crazy.
Yeah. And there's plenty of times where that just protects you on your own win and then get lost too. So just kind of a clean removal spell as opposed to like a bounce spell that would have the blue-green version would play.
Yeah. Also,
and then in the sideboard, you could place White Sweepers. I did, but I wouldn't going forward. Rest in Peace, which is just better than Soul Guide Lantern, I would say.
I mean, any huge graveyard hate card is going to be better than a Soul Guide Lantern.
Exactly.
It's like, if I don't have to hold this trigger for the rest of the game, like if I just don't have to think about it.
Right, yeah. So, and it's some Seam Rips, just kind of a clean, portable hole, is not bad. And Beza is kind of...
That card's insane.
Yeah. Jeffrey Bezos is when actual win con card is not terribly relevant. So if I'm not playing against Reanimate, or if I'm not playing against, like specifically if I'm playing against mono red, just looping Bezos until I get to north of 20 life with just a shitload of power is good enough. And just on turn 4, just this thing is better than an 0-3. So that could be something. Or you could keep the 0-3 in, the crap. But looping Bezos is good enough to win in that spot as well. And non-sweeper decks, I would say. You could always consider cutting the crab. Anyway. So that's kind of the rough difference between the two decks. And I said in the actual article, I don't think the sideboard I played was very good. I think I played cards that just aren't that relevant. And
oh, yeah?
Like the sweepers, I don't like them. Like you could kind of race, and a lot of the decks will play. If I had temporary lockdown, that might be a little bit more interesting. But I played split ups just as a kind of a random kind of catch because it's cheaper, 1 mana cheaper. I like that a little bit more than like Day of Judgment or Ultimas. That's just my personal take, and I just don't want to spend 4 mana sweeper, especially against it lessons where it's like their 1/1s might not even be relevant, the Grand may not even be that relevant, and their problem cards are just Artist Talent and Monument to Endurance. It doesn't deal with that. So it's big 4 mana. A lot of, like, those are the big reasons, and just never liked it. So I was like, okay, 3 mana, I'll do it, and otherwise I don't care. But that basically that. So I'll go over the matchups really quickly. Led on, and I'll lump in my round 1 and round 3 together because it was both against Jeskai Control.
Oh yeah,
which is a good matchup. Like,
well, Cavern, I feel like I mean, you play the really sick card. Sorry, big stretch. You play the really sick card that gives hexproof, right? It's like if a tap guy.
Yeah, Lost in the Maze, that's in both versions. Actually, before we even get to the round, I want to bring up one thing. That's like the original version of this deck, which had 4 Voice Victories in the main deck and then 1 Lost in the Maze. I didn't like that split just because Lost in the Maze is just a great. I don't know. It was just like Voice of like Lost in the Maze, and just throw that on the table in the early turns before you combo. It does need to be countered. Voice of Victory also needs to be answered, but the body is not terribly relevant, and the blue one, Lost in the Maze, is also a pseudo removal spell. It's like, okay, I have 3 or 4 or 5 mana. My turn cycle is going to be Lost in the Maze for a few, and tapped on the board. So
does it put stun counters, or does it just tap?
It tapped its stun. So,
that's not bad.
Yeah, no. So it's really, really good. And Voice of Victory doesn't do that.
Yeah.
But, Voice of Victory is, in its own way, good, and definitely still a card I want. So I switched to a 3-2 split of Lost in the Maze, Voice of Victory. Now I'm on 4-1 split with more Voice of Victories in the sideboard to bring in, because there's times where it's really, really good, including like against Jessica Control, which I played against twice, but that's already a good matchup. And
yeah, how much better do you need to make it, kind of thing?
Right. Like, yeah, I could sacrifice a few percentage points because post board I'm really, really good in the matchup. And against in 2 of these of the 4 wins were strictly, and in the very first game in round 3, I'm playing against Will Barlin, a very good player in the locals, and we're both just kind of doing a turn, drawing cards, whatever, and then I finally get my turn, which is it leads on Cavernous Souls, naming human, put down Voice of Victory with a shitload of other mana. And his only interaction is Jeskai Revelation in that spot. So he rebans it, basically. I play it again, he counters it, and that's like all of his mana. I play a third one because why not?
Yeah.
Because he bounced the first one. I replayed that first one, he countered it. I played my other one that I happened to have in hand. To play around Path of Exile, and then played Kona, and then just comboed off. So that lining up that works out super well. And Jeskai Control is not a deck that could really that's tough because they're a very slow deck to close. They're waiting for something they care about, countering it, get ahead of cards, whatever. It's a generic control deck.
Yeah.
So, in a game in round 1 against another good friend of mine, and game 3. Was won that way, and the other 2 games were kind of pinching mana. We actually do have a lot of good card draw with the consult the star charts and stock ups and Meringue River Regents as the set of all 3 of those cards. Like, we'll actually we're fine dirtling until we're ready to win, kind of thing. So it's a good matchup, I would say. And I was able to win 2-0 round 1, 2-1 in round 3. Barlin did sneak a game in where he just played the Trade Binder on turn 3 and just had really good pressure. My round 2 was against Hagen. He was on, I don't know what, he was on looting, but with some lessons cards. It seemed like he was kind of a hybrid. I think there was some card availability issues with some of his, with his deck. He crushed me though. Both games.
So he was on blue red, or
yeah, he was on, I would say, looting, but
okay.
he had boomerang basics. Like I saw the Riddler and stuff like that. And he had lesson cards. But both games, if I remember right, and I don't remember because he kicked my ass very, very quickly. Both games, I was like, I got to go for it. I hope he doesn't have it. And he had I think he had on both games Torch the Tower with and I didn't have Kona Protection.
Oh, okay.
I mean, pretty trivial win. Round 4 is against someone who I played against him a fair bit of the time. He always plays Dimir, and it's kind of like, I think he's a newer player, but he's a pretty disciplined player is what I described it. Like, he plays pretty smart. Unfortunately, I feel like I have some really horrendous luck against him, and the bad luck continued in game 1 where I have combo, he taps out for some reason, and I attempt to combo. I play Zagana, I draw blanks, and then just lose on this on the crackback. It was just so frustrating. And then game 2 I won trivially, and then game 3 I won a close one where he had bats and I'm able to combo. I cast Zagana with Omniscience. He counters it, but I just have the win anyway. I have just rolling dragon stone, two dragon loop, so I just like do that and win.
Oh,
yeah. And then at round 5, I got ID. The math is done by some other people and
people smarter than me.
Well, people that it was a clear cut top 6 players were in, and there was like a few matches to determine the number 7 and number 8, or the 7th and 8th players. And luckily, I get paired against the number 1 seed, so I get the pair up because they're 2 undefeateds going that last round. They draw each other, so they get paired down into the 3 ones, and I'm one of them. So I go to top 8 with the 4 seed, so I actually get the play draw choice, and I get paired against Is It Lessons, and I beat him 2-1. But I felt like in the games I won, it was just very, very, very easy. And in the semifinals, I played against Absent Midrange. I beat him 2-1, and we both said that's probably a good matchup, and it turns out we probably both still think that it was a good matchup for me, and yeah, I win that game. And the finals, it would have been against Barlin again. He was my round 3 opponent when I beat him. I think I would have won, but he's like offered a prize split to give me the paper, and he gets the prizes. Like, that's fine.
Yeah,
and
I'm sure he already has his invite.
He said he got week 1 when he went to Oklahoma and played it in like limited. So he already has his invite. So that was great, and that's a second RCQ in a row where he kind of just like conceded to give it to me. So it's better lucky than good sometimes.
Hell yeah.
I put on the notes like the changes I would make. I'm not going to go over them, but it's like remove the sweepers, add more like other interaction, and I'm still like changing the list, so I would even make more changes from the list I'm sharing, but I'm still kind of playing around with it. But I think the deck is really, really fun, and I'm considering it for Portland. I said that offline. I'm definitely going to do lessons as well. Like, consider that. I don't know what I will end up on, and it's still early, and we still have Lorwyn will be allowed to be played in that format. So if there's something crazy, I'm going to have to go find some cards. So
I think we're opening a bunch of sealed products, so I'll let you know.
That's good. Because it was Lucas who shared it in a Discord that Lorwyn is the pre-release for Lorwyn is the week before Portland. So there'll be a week that I could try to scoop up cards from Lorwyn if I have to. So that kind of makes me a little anxious, but I'm going to try to I hope to have some sort of plan between the deck I want to play. And I probably won't try to be too bold with it. Like, I want I want to get reps into the match or to the deck I play, and I think they'll be available on Arena on like the Tuesday. And that's only like 2 or 3 days, so I don't want to do that. So
fun.
Yeah, so I'll have the shocks ready if I play Kona, because those shocks will be legal, and my mana they'll be less shitty, so that's gonna be great. And then I already have Steam Bits which now they get a crazy Shockland, the Izzet deck. So that's
right.
Yeah, they needed it. So yeah, I mean, those are my front runners right now, and nothing's off the table for me. Like, I kind of Jeskai Control had a good win rate, and that's like on the table for me too. That's not really a deck I ever choose to play, but
you don't want to sign up and play some Jeskai Control?
No, I mean, I was I started my competitive Magic playing control deck, so it's fun. Like, if the deck is good, I want to do it. So I'm not opposed to that. If it was between Jeskai Control and Dimir Midrange, I'd probably play Jeskai. I hate Dimir Midrange. I hate playing that. But Control I could get behind a little bit. So
you hate bounce decks? That's crazy.
No, Dimir's not a bounce deck.
Well, I mean, you have Kaido that bounces. Ninjutsu.
Sure. I mean, I love Pixie. I love me a Pixie deck, but
I don't think Pixie. Apparently Torpor Orb, I forgot, is legal in this format.
Yeah. I bought a few myself just because everyone else was. So, but I'm looking over because I know it's over there. So, Yeah, I already have my Torpor Orbs if
Hell yeah.
I need to. Which I guess it would be for I forget the deck. I guess Simic aggro would play it in the board.
I don't remember. I just remember seeing somebody. I think it was on Wednesday or something. Have one, and I was like, "Oh,
oh yeah, yeah." I haven't really processed any other decks. There were a few cool decks from Worlds, like I guess Golgari Dragons, which I would have to look at.
Golgari?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was like
so. What the one that ramps and then the one that sweepers?
Yes, yeah. And there's like Golgari Arboroboid.
Because there's no Avatar has dragons, but I think they're both red, right?
Sure, I don't know. But I mean that was like a good deck in the World's tournament, and I'm blanking. Dimir was actually okay, and then kind of like everything just seemed like they beat up airbending, which was kind of surprising to me because I thought there was like a lot of hype around that deck, but
yeah, but I mean, like, well, also Torpor Orb stops that deck.
Yeah, so yeah, it probably got over-respected and over-hated, and it just got beat to the ground.
Yeah, kind of one of those things where like everybody was like, "Hey, we know this is a thing."
Mm-hmm. I think it stops. Stops Reanimator because that's a Inners trigger, and
the big demon they copy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's an Inners.
Oh yeah, if it enters, if it entered, and you casted it, it does the sweeper or it does the living end.
Right. There may be other stuff. It doesn't matter. But yeah, that was me. Like I did good.
But I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, thanks. It was the room was full of like a lot of Izzet players, like a lot of people on Izzet looting. Abzad midrange was the other kind of like it also in the goofy decks along with me. Like this guy, his name is Rob. Very much like a mid-range player. Like that's. Like,
I think he got his invite at at one of the RCQs I was at.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he got John on the top 4, I think. Unfortunately, John was playing VV, and he was actually doing really well up until he kind of, I think he made a mistake and
yeah, I remember now. He was like on Golgari, and he played whatever the vampire that's like you pay X and do it, and it's from Spider-Man.
Oh, Moreland?
Yeah, Moreland or whatever.
Yeah. A card I bought 4 of because I thought it was going to be good. It's not? Fine. No, it's not good.
Oh, that's crazy.
It was good. It was good against John.
Yeah, it killed John. Actually, yeah, just flat killed him.
Murdered him. Yeah, murdered him. Yeah. Just gotta look at other decks just while I'm here. I don't think I don't know. I probably just only do consider lessons, but I don't know.
I mean, we don't have enough Lorwyn spoilers to know, like what even is going to be good.
I mean, you're right. Yeah, we have like none. Like we have very, very, very few. Like we know.
Hey, we got Marvel spoilers.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
You got the
which is like 4 standard sets away.
Yeah, it's forever away because it's it's not 4 because it's Lorwyn, TMNT, and then Marvel.
I'm fact checking you.
And then Strixhaven should be after that.
Lorwyn, Ninja Turtles, Strixhaven, then Marvel.
Oh, so it's Strixhaven before Marvel.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So it's 3 standard sets away. Because Lorwyn, Strixhaven, or Lorwyn, TMNT, Strixhaven.
It's there'll be 3 sets before Marvel. Yeah.
And that's, to be fair, TMNT is not a real set.
What does that mean?
Because it's the same size as Spider-Man.
I mean, Spider-Man's a high-impact set in this format.
Name me the best card that's played right now.
Multiversal Passage.
Oh, a land?
The best from Spider-Man? Yeah, it might be that.
It has to be that. There's nothing else I can think of that is...
The rock can be good, the black rock.
The Soul Stone?
Yeah.
In what?
Just, broadly speaking, it's a mana, like it's a rock that costs 2 mana.
Are you talking about for Commander?
No, I'm not talking about the dollar dues it costs to get it.
I know, I'm saying in what world is that card played right now?
It's not, but...
Okay, well then what... You can't use it.
It could be.
we have a 2-mana rock in this format already. Like turns into a
the
sword.
colorless one.
Yeah, the Iron Crag.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
It turns into a sword.
Well, yeah. Good for it. I don't care. Like, that's fine.
Oh no, but the Soul Stone. Thanos had that one.
The other good one is Spider Sense. And that's
the counter spell?
Yeah, that's good.
It was played in.
Well, there's this deck called Bant Kona. It's the new hotness.
You played it?
Oh wait, no, I did. It's on my newer list now because I think it's good. Okay, I'm still working on Superior Spider-Man. There's a whole deck around that.
See, I was waiting for you to see if you would name, I don't know, the card that actually sees play.
I mean, the answer to that would be Multiversal Passage.
Oh my god.
Well, sadly, it's kind of true.
I think TMNT is going to do the same thing. I think it's going to have like 2 cards that are worth a damn, because it's going to be another set with like 1,000 legendary creatures.
Right.
All in the uncommon slot.
Yeah, I mean,
it's unfortunate, but it's Wizards being Wizards.
Right, and so according to I'm checking out what's in standard. That's how I knew the order of the 2026 sets. It says Ninja Turtles is in 3 months. Secrets of Strixhaven is also in 3 months.
Yeah, they'll probably be like. Well, Spider-Man was the same way because Spider-Man came out and then Avatar came out like pretty shortly after.
I thought there was a bigger gap in time between those, like at least like a month or so.
I don't think it was as big of a month, maybe a couple of weeks, but I felt like they were like fairly close. I mean, I don't know, maybe they were kind of farther apart. I don't know. I just know that like sets are coming out so fast that it is hard to keep up with all.
Yeah, there's 7 next year.
And Star Trek's one of them.
Yeah, Star Trek's the last one.
And then do we still have like unknown Universes Beyond set?
No.
Or did we find out what that was?
So was that The Hobbit, maybe?
No, that one was announced. They were like, there's some unknown. I think they said what it was, but I don't remember what it was.
Well, there's Ninja Turtles, Super Marvel, Hobbit, and Star Trek. If it was Star Trek.
Oh, maybe it was Marvel.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, we also have no rotation until 2027. So that's going to be cool.
I love this 12-year standard.
Yeah. And hopefully I've been waiting for Pioneer. Okay, so I've been waiting for the 2026 seasons to be announced. We all know it's standard now, and mumblings that Modern's next, but I don't see proof of that.
I mean, it would make sense, but like...
It would.
That's kind of it, right? It's just that it would make sense that Marvel would be, or Marvel,
yeah,
Modern would be after that. But we'll see. Yeah. I would like Pioneer back, but I also think Pioneer might need a little bit of TLC.
Yeah. Apparently, I'm checking out Fire Shoes and kind of glancing at the top 8 list. There's a lot of green-white company, which is just like Arboroboid and the Cub. So the Cub has entered Pioneer.
Well, yeah. I mean, there was already a green-white company deck whenever Pioneer was a thing.
Yeah, it plays the Dorks and Arboroboid, and it's very much like the standard deck. And then it plays like some tempo-y white flash, like Aven Interrupter.
Yeah, as I say, like that was kind of a deck because they were like Coco into like Voice of Resurgence and other shit, and it was like just really annoying.
Yeah. I mean that's seemingly what it is, and it's top 8ing a lot, so that might be a deck that we just don't know about because we don't know standard or Pioneer.
Yeah,
and then Prowess, Phoenix with Steel Cutters and Artist Talent in some numbers, and Core Steel Cutter Prowess deck's also still good, but pretty neat.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. What else do we got to talk about, Cole?
I don't know. We talked a little bit about Worlds, and your big congrats. I mean, the only thing I could think of really, I don't know. Magic's not really doing a whole lot of Magic right now.
Yeah. So I guess like one thing we didn't talk about, you went to a Riftbound tournament in Houston. Do you have any takeaways? You bought a deck.
Yeah, I think I haven't been able to play the game, unfortunately. I own a
Oh,
deck, but I haven't really been able to play. But I watched a lot of it while I was there. It is it's an interesting I think Energy, let me back check myself. I think Energy just did like a 30K that Ali Eldrazi just won.
I don't know if it was them, but I think you're right about Ali winning. You might be right though.
I don't remember. Well, if they didn't. Oh wait, that's Energy Valorant. That's funny. But there's Energy Rocket League. Oh my God, what the fuck?
Why are we wasting our time with Magic? We could be Rocket Leaguing.
We could.
No,
the game is Energy Esports. What the hell? What? How much energy? What do they all have?
Yeah, there's some muddy waters with NRG.
What the
so I do
fuck?
Just go to nerdragegaming.com, to spell it out.com. But I don't know how quickly we'll get like. No, they do have Ripbound.
Yeah, it was, well, they were one of the booths at
they were at H-Town?
Yeah. Oh. Okay, well, that's a modern showdown, but hold on, let me see if this is... Well, they had a modern 10K recently, apparently.
Neat.
Maybe it wasn't Energy, but somebody, I don't know. There, like, Ali Eldrazi, like, there was a lot of Magic personalities in Houston. Like, Jim Davis was there.
Yeah.
Fucking Dana Fisher was there. Krim was there. Like there was a lot of people. There was a lot of different personalities there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I guess I could look up Allie's Twitter and find out.
That's what I've been trying to do, but I don't know. I cannot spell. I don't know how to spell his last name. Oh, Ali Eldrazi.
Yeah, okay. It's Eldrazi.
That's not his government last name, so I don't recognize it.
Oh, it's right here. Runes and Rifts. Or Runes and Rifts.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it's Pro Play Games. Pro Play Games. The other northern thingy.
So you said this has a problem with like the cards just aren't available. Like
yeah, really to me it reads like how One Piece was when it first came out. Where like I don't think they knew literally how popular their game was going to be, and so the game comes out and it is just impossible to get, kind of thing.
By get you mean like there's not store with singles like having in a
like
case,
just getting product like sealed product is
okay,
the big thing. And so it's an 11-hour stream, Jesus Christ. But yeah, this is the thing he won. It was a 10K top cut and 5K on Sunday.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, Riftbound's really fun. It's really interesting to watch. I mean, it's made by obviously Riot, who makes League of Legends, so.
Mm-hmm.
And they have damn near $1 billion fucking dollars that they'll put into this. Like, I will say the production value of this game when I was there was insane.
Yeah.
It's really fun. I want to play it. Like, I kind of want you, when you come on Wednesday, I want to, like, teach you how to play it. Because it is, at its core, regardless of what it is, like, even though it's League of Legends or whatever, it is a very fun game. Like, it is, it is very interesting with what you get to do in it, like what the game has to offer. The decision points that you have to make in it is really nice. Like when I first played it, when I was playing the starter decks, I was like, I could kind of give less of a shit. But when you actually get to like play some of the decks that do really cool stuff, your champion is very important, so it's cool that you have that. The art's not that bad, actually. I will say when I first got into the game, I was kind of like, the art's whatever. But the fact that the champions have like all costumes like League of Legends do.
So a lot of like air quote skins for these characters.
You can get champion alt arts that like it has their skins and stuff. But I think actually the thing that sells me on Riftbound, right? Like the thing that I think sells me the most on this game is the sheer fact that if you and I go to the regional, the next one in Vegas or whatever, if you and I go and I want to play Teemo and you're like, you want to play Garen. Garen is not a good deck. Is really bad. But if you're the best Garen player there, you get this medal card that's called the best of because you're the best Garen player there. So you can go 3-7 or whatever. You'll still get this card because you were the best one there, and it's like a $3,000 card because there's only one that you get. So it incentivized. Like Jim Davis went to Houston and he played Jinx, and Jinx is not good. Like Jinx is a bad deck, but he literally they were interviewing him. And he's like, yeah, I mean, I wanted to win the best of card.
Yeah.
Like so, and there's a guy who they were working on the deck that won the event, and he decided to play Garen because he was like, well, I wanted to try to win the best of.
Sure.
And there's only 4 Garen players.
So you just have to be the best of the 4 people.
Yeah, exactly. So like if you and 2 other people show up and you're all on the same decks, as long as you're the best of them, then you'll get the card.
That's kind of cool. Like, also, like maybe I'm playing Kona or whatever, the rip down equivalent, and I want to win the Kona.
Yeah.
Then I'm still playing for something, even if I'm just like
even if you're in the dredges.
4-4. Yeah, even if I'm in the sewers. Yeah.
So and also like the example that I was bringing up to people was like you could sit across a deck and you have to be like, oh well, I mean they're probably playing for the best of, because the best deck right now is like there's like 3 best decks or 4 really, and if you're not playing like any of them, it's kind of rough. Well, it's not rough, but like you could feel why some of these decks were insane versus some of the other decks. Like there's just support. I mean, we're about to get a second set out for the game, but I mean honestly, it's been interesting. Seeing it, I would like to play it more because, like I said, there's also different formats in this game that are really cool. There's a format called Conquest, which is if it would be me and you against each other, we each have 3 decks. We each get to ban a deck the other person's playing, and then you get to do a best of 3 with the other 2 decks. So it has like cool stuff like that, and the game is also built to be played in a 4-person pod that you could play as like a commander game.
Okay.
So it has really cool things that it gets to do. Like I said, I think my big problem with the game is the sheer fact that availability is so low, that it kind of makes the game really expensive. Like that sucks. Like Set is not a great deck. It's fine, but like to build Set's like $400. Building Teemo was like $300. Like it, and now obviously as Magic players, it's like, okay, well, fuck it. You talk about Affinity and Modern, it's like $1,200. Yes, but with Magic, it is already set. Like Mox Opals are $130 because they're Mox Opals.
Right.
With this game's brand new. The reason everything's expensive is because it's impossible to get. Like, it would be different to me. There are cards that are really expensive that are alt arts. That's fine. Treat it like Pokemon, where it's like if you want to pimp out your shit, you're signing up for it. You're paying. You're paying the piper. But the fact that base rarity shit is really expensive. Like, there's a card called Time Warp, which does say you get to take an extra turn and stuff like that, and it's like $100.
Yeah.
So, like, there are cards that are stupid expensive. It sucks. But honestly, I think the game's really cool. The regional was super sick. Like I said, they put their whole ass into the production value. Like, I was there kind of hanging around and stuff, talking to people, and I was watching the stream, and, like, they genuinely, like, there was never dead air. They always had something going on. So, like, sometimes the Magic, you'll be watching, and then they're like, all right, well, we're going to take a break. And it's like a 5-minute break. And it's like, oh, well.
Yeah, rotating ads.
Yeah,
whatever.
and then you just watch, like, the list of people in Worlds or whatever. And it's like, oh, okay, well, I'll disconnect and walk away. Yeah. And then, it's kind of hard to get, like, if you were just chilling or whatever. But with Riftbound, like, the way they did it was that there was always a match going on. You always had something to watch. You were always the commentators were really thorough about what was happening. and for me who doesn't really like, I know how to play the game, but I'm not like proficient.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like whenever there's a Magic stream going on, you can hear the commentators and you're like, okay, well, I don't have to look at what's going on. They could say a thing and I'm like, oh, okay. I can figure out what's happening.
Yeah.
Versus with this, I felt like I could, kind of disconnect and feel like the commentators were keeping me along with what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I wish the game good luck. Oh, excuse me. Because it's really cool. I mean, Riot, like I said, is a fucking $1 billion company, so
yeah,
and put however much money they want to put in this bitch, but
sure.
But the game at the core is really cool. I recommend people try it if you can. Hopefully, when Set 2 comes out, it's a lot easier. But I recommend give it a whirl. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. Cool. I guess that's all I got. We could talk about I did say we could talk about Modern, but it's hard to talk about it.
I think the format is fine. Like I don't know what all to talk about. Like I haven't really looked into it. Like I know Blink is good. Obviously, and then I don't know. I have not looked at the format.
I think that's just the takeaway was everyone is like just right around 50% that it's fine, that's good. Like you could, just every deck is pretty good.
Yeah.
So like that's a good place to be. So that means your deck is probably at least pretty good or whatever. So yeah, I guess like if it's the next RC season, then that could be really fun.
Yeah, exactly.
But that won't be until March.
Yeah,
I think so. We got a little bit more standard.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's March is when the next season starts.
Yeah, we got a little bit more standard, but I don't know. Yeah, hopefully, I hope it's just Pioneer. Like
I would like it to be. It'd be fun.
And I would. I already know. I'd just play Simic Scape Shift and just play more lands combo. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe Green White Company. That is kind of crazy too. Yeah, it's like Thalia, Archon of Emeria, Aven Interrupter.
Yeah,
During Innocence. Yeah, these are just like really good cards. Maybe I do this. It's kind of good. Okay, cool. I guess that's it. That's all I got.
Yeah, I mean that's all I got. Sorry, they're talking about Raw's going on right now when we're recording this. So they're Gunther, John Cena retired, so I'm curious to see, Wrestling Talk where they go with that. My man's gone. So
yeah. Oh. Sorry about that. The goat's gone.
That's fine. CM Punk's still wrestling, so that's what I care about.
Oh. Yay. Okay. Let's call it there. Thanks everyone for checking this out. We'll catch you guys next time.
Later.